Hello and welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. And of course, what else are we going to do but recap over that phenomenal night of European football last night? It truly was a perfect night and it very, very rarely goes like this in football. So the first thing I'll say to you guys is just enjoy this moment. A lot of people are saying, look, we're looking at the semi-finals. Can we beat Liverpool? Are we going to beat Liverpool? We don't know yet. We don't know anything about that. All we know is we're in the semi-finals. Let's celebrate that. Let's enjoy the moment because believe me, those semi-final games, they're going to be coming thick and fast. They're coming at the end of the month. They're going to be here before we know it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to enjoy the moment. The semi-finals is where we wanted to get to. We've got there. Now, of course, we're not just happy to stay there. We want to go all the way, but we'll get to that. Right now, we're going to be celebrating Barcelona's incredible victory and Messi's unbelievable moment against Manchester United last night. And we're also going to be celebrating Ajax's incredible victory over Juventus, the heart, the bravery, and the driving soul of that team. All of those things could belong next season to FC Barcelona. All of that and more. It's coming up. Let's celebrate! But I want to start first and foremost by talking about that man, Lionel Messi. Like I said yesterday in the match review, he turned the game in our favour 110%. I don't feel last night like the performance from the entire team was perfect, was at the highest level it could be, not absolutely no chance about that. But Messi was the man who in the big moment once again, he rose and he rose highest. And I think, to be honest, yesterday, he could have had a lot more, to be honest, than 2 goals. He really, really could have. He could have been talking about a hat-trick. He could have even been talking about recreating those 4 goals against Arsenal and doing it against Manchester United, and I would love to have seen that. I really, really would have, because straight away you look first and foremost at that penalty decision. It was given, then it was overturned by VAR. Had we been given the penalty, Messi would have taken it, and the chances are he would have dispatched it past David De Gea. Then the first goal, which we are going to look at in a lot more detail in just a moment. Then there's the second goal that he scored, and even beyond that, there was moments there, particularly in the second half, where he had chances and chances in front of goal where he could have made it again. A few times he opted to pass instead of shooting, unselfish play, puts it out to Coutinho. He had another chance which was blocked just in time by the Man United defence, and also just beyond there in the second half, in the closing stages, that bicycle kick. That would have been a wonderful moment there had that just gone in. It just sailed wide, so close. But what I'm saying is here, Messi on the night was outstanding, but I still feel like even from him there's a lot more to come. You look at him yesterday, he arrived when we needed him to, he changed the game when we needed him to, but other than that, I still feel like Messi there was walking around the pitch, soaking up the atmosphere, soaking up the feeling, and he was still thinking in my mind, I'm saving myself here. I'm saving myself for the big occasion, for the bigger occasion, and for bigger performances. I still believe here we're going to see even more. When it really matters, when it really comes down to it, when we need him most, he will step up even higher than what we saw last night, and that is saying something. Because what I want to do now, guys, is actually look in a bit of detail, look at all the different movement, all the different aspects there of that Messi magical first goal. It really was vintage Messi. At his very best, at his elusive best, it was sensational. And it all starts here with the pressing, the high pressing here, the high energy from Ivan Rakitic, who I think was much, much better last night than he was in the first leg. A lot more energy going forward and also defensively. And he's closing down Ashley Young here, who's out of position on this left-back area. We targeted that area and we did it really to really good effect. Because Rakitic here just closes him down and suddenly there he wins the ball back from Ashley Young. But what I want to highlight here is the distance between Pogba and Messi and the ball. When the ball is in play, when it's lost by Ashley Young and it's there to be won, Pogba and Messi actually start there the same distance pretty much away from the ball. But Messi is 50,000 times faster to that ball than Paul Pogba. Mentally, physically, he's so far ahead of these guys out here. It is incredible. He is there onto that loose ball before you can even know it. Ashley Young then tries to react. He slides in at Messi, gets nowhere near the ball. Messi, before he knows it, is away from him too. And then he has Fred on him. Fred suddenly is closing him down, trying to stop him before he can, getting on goal. And also Phil Jones is surrounding him. And you look at the amount of bodies here around Lionel Messi, but he evades all of them. Absolutely phenomenal play. He doesn't just get past Fred, does he? He nutmegs Fred in the process. Absolutely wonderful. What I want to note now is Suarez's run. Suarez's run there across Chris Smalling. He empties all of that space out there in the central area. Suarez last night I felt wasn't at his best, but this is a really big moment in the game. And for me, doesn't get enough credit sometimes for this off-the-ball work that he does, really to open up that space to Messi. He understands his movement, he knows what Messi is going to do, and for that reason, he's so good at doing this. He just drags Smalling across there just to distract him a little bit, to open up that gap there centrally, but you have to also counter in here. Messi is not alone. He doesn't take on this strike from the edge of the box without any pressure on him. Smalling does try to react, and he's also got McTominay there, who's closing him down from behind, but Messi, as you know, he's away from one, he's away from two, all in his own time, and he smashes it in the end past David De Gea. And if we watch this at full speed, because when you break it down, you can see all the different aspects of it. It's a brilliant, brilliant goal. But when you break it down there in full speed, it is magical individual brilliance from the only player in the world who can do this kind of thing. He picks it up here, suddenly he's away from Young, nutmeg on Fred, away from goal, magical, magical shot at the end of it. It is stunning from Lionel Messi. It's not the first time we'll see it, it's not the last time we'll see it, but every time we do, it is genius. And from individual genius, we now move what I feel was collective genius yesterday in Turin against Juventus. Ajax were absolutely masterful once again. It was incredible coaching, it was incredible football, and I think what we've seen here with Barcelona going through and now with Ajax in the way they've been doing it, it really is a win for football. It is great to be seeing this on the top European level, on the big stage. Time and time again, these young Ajax players, they rise to the occasion. Incredible bravery, incredible mentality, time and time again, not for the first time, not even for the second time this season. They've gone away to a big stadium. They've got the result they needed. In the group stage at the Allianz Arena against Bayern Munich, they really needed something there. They got that. They got out of their group onto the knockout stages. Then in the round of 16, they lost the first leg at home. They then went to the Bernabeu and destroyed the reigning European champions in Real Madrid without question. It was unbelievable on the night from Ajax. They deserved to go through. And now, after the draw in the first leg, heading to Turin, Cristiano Ronaldo's Juventus, everything surrounding that game, they go there, they win again on the night. There's nothing you can say about this team that really puts it into words. It is incredible work what they're doing on and off the field, the structure they have as a club, the way they brought through these young players, the way they've nourished them, the way they've coached them, absolutely phenomenal. And I just want to look here through this entire Ajax team, because it's not about individuals. Yes, of course, we're focusing on Frenkie de Jong, on Matthias de Ligt, two players who could be at Barcelona together next season. That would be unbelievable. But right throughout this team, there is so much quality. And this is basically the team last night that played most of the game against Juventus. Sangraven came on, Tagliafico was suspended, Mazraoui started, but he was actually substituted. So Sangraven here at left back, Blind at centre back alongside De Ligt, Onana in goal, Veltman at right back there, De Jong, Schöne, Van de Beek, Neres, Ziyech and Tadic there leading the line. But what I want to talk about this team is how flexible it is in possession and also out of possession. Because what you've got here, going into an away game like this, is quite often you see teams, they'll set up the counter-attack, they'll have maybe three players in here, they'll have the wingers tuck it in, and they'll play them with a lone striker, and they can hit on the counter-attack. Ajax had no intention of ever doing that against Juventus. They were coming here to conquer. What they played here was effectively a front four. It was so flexible. You had Van de Beek, who was quite happy to sometimes run in behind Tadic. Tadic you'll happily drop in here, and they'll play sometimes without the forward. You've got Neres and Ziyech, who are both capable also of becoming inside forwards, and it is there. Such a flexible front four. And I want to talk about this man, Van de Beek, who scored the first goal on the night for Ajax. It was a brilliant goal, well taken. It fell to him in the right moment, but he was so calm in finishing it off. Really, really was. And I feel actually like he's a massively underrated player, because you look at him, you look at his stature, and you wouldn't really feel like he was such a technical player, like he was so good on the ball. But the work that he does, both on and off the ball, is so good from this kind of area. Because he's a player who can get involved in a tackle, he can certainly get involved in the build-up, but he's also so good in the final third. His intelligence, his running on and off the ball, getting in behind, dropping off when you need him to, and in front of goal, when he gets a chance, he will put it away. And he could have easily had last night another goal if it wasn't for a wonderful, wonderful save from Szczesny in that second half. Neres, for me, is a phenomenal player. His close control, his low centre of gravity, he's absolutely incredible on the ball, playing right or left, he's very, very effective. Ziyech will come inside, he'll get involved in the build-up, another phenomenal player on the ball. Sure, he's going to have so many top clubs after him. Tadic, you know about, we saw him against Real Madrid, build-up play, incredible. But De Jong, of course, he's the man, of course, joining Barcelona next season, and highly justified. Right now, he is as good as anybody in that central holding midfield player in the world, without question. He'll pick the ball up, he'll be press resistant, he can break the lines, anything you want from him, he is fantastic at. But also, defensively, he's very, very good as well. A part of his game, I feel, is very underrated, but defensively, he's a very, very good player. But of course, you have to talk about the match winner, that is Matthias de Ligt, a player that in the build-up to this game, in the build-up to these two legs against Juventus, they asked him in a news report, Cristiano Ronaldo scored a hat-trick in the last round against Atletico. Are you going to let that happen to this Ajax team? Are you going to let him score another hat-trick? De Ligt said no, I won't. And he stopped him. He did the same when he faced him, Portugal against the Netherlands. De Ligt stood up to Ronaldo, battered him, and really did come out on top. This is a 19-year-old defender, a 19-year-old centre-back, who's the captain of this young Ajax side, and he's leading them to the semi-final stage. And of course, when that corner was floated in, there was one man who was coming above everyone else. There was one man who was going to take his team to the next round. De Ligt rose highest, heads it into the ground, gets his team into the next round. Phenomenal win winning goal. He is an unbelievable player. Incredible mentality. He is so calm in possession, out of possession, one-on-one duels with the best players in the world. He will come out on top, and he is such a massive talent in the game. And like I say, with De Jong, with Ligt, with a lot of these players, it's not just talent now. You can't just say they're a great young talent, they're a great young group. What they are now is one of the best in the world in these roles. What they're doing right now is incredible. They're playing incredible football, and they have to be respected. Right now, they'll play Man City or they'll play Tottenham in the next round. And both of those teams, you can guarantee they watched last night and they'll be thinking, Ajax are going to be one hell of a tough draw in the next round. And certainly when you look at us, it's going to be Liverpool or Porto. We will find out all of that tonight. And once it's decided, I'll be giving you more updates, more build-up to the semi-finals of the Champions League, which contains Barcelona and Ajax Amsterdam. So leave your thoughts once again, guys, on that magnificent night of football. Let me know everything down below. I will see you soon, of course, with more videos. Semi-finals, absolutely yes. Vesca El Barça.